It's the same thing. And it's so funny because I just see it over and over and over and over, especially on this podcast, because I always have successful men on here and they're like, dude, I got this, I got that, I got that. And then off camera and sometimes on camera, they're like, dude, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Like
So,
a lot.
what I've found is this is what I'm realizing now in my personal life where God is like putting me through, honestly, is like I use those other things sometimes to mask an insecurity or some trauma or like to fill a void that's there. And then I'm like, and you get a lot of accolades. You get a lot of like, feels good, dude. Like when I feel emotionally upset and I go work out, I feel way better for a little while. When I go make a lot of money, it feels good for a while. But like what I've found is like, it doesn't fulfill the relationship that I have with God. It doesn't fulfill the relationships that I have with other people.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better in some sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's balanced because I also look at the other side of people who just like, they're lazy and like they freaking like overweight and stuff. Like I think that you have to have a balance still. So I'm not saying these things are bad, but when they're used as an avoidance mechanism, I don't care what it is, whether it's drugs, alcohol, working out, workaholism. If you're using it to avoid a relationship, actually feeling bad emotions or anything like that, that's what I think is a problem. And that's where I'm at, is I've used it as a coping mechanism that I didn't realize before because I always just saw it as good things. I'm doing good things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like you are so nice, right? You're so smart, so successful. So to hear you say that is so interesting to hear. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I would say that.
I thought you were always a happy guy.
I'm happy. And that's the funniest part is like you can be happy while still like in battling internally what's important and
Yeah.
I'm overall a pretty happy person. I am more unhappy than I've ever been my entire life. And I think that it might be that it's a weird feeling of this transition. I feel like God is like transitioning me and where I'm going in my life right now. And so it's a not knowing. And then like also a lot of responsibility to a lot of different people to where if I make a different decision, it's going to affect a lot of people that I care about.
Yeah.
And so like if I decided that God pulls me out of the company and says, all right, like you're not doing real estate anymore, that's a very real thing that could happen. Like
for sure.
I'm basically open to anything that God has for me this moment, but I know that's
sure.
going to affect a lot of people that I really love and care about. And so that's something that I have to just be open to.
Oh yeah, you have to be open to it because if you think about like in the Bible, when Jesus called his disciples, they had jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
They weren't just homeless guys, right?
Yep.
Some of them were tent makers or fishermen or XYZ, and they're like, all right, you saw that? You come with me now.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's where I'm at is like, I know the repercussions of what could happen, but also I have to be open to the fact that like, I'm going to go where God calls me to right now.
Yeah.
And it's a scary thing. So I'm here for it. I'm learning. And
yeah, I think I used to feel like similar where I felt responsible for everyone, and now I don't feel like that. I'm only responsible for a few people. So during my WealthCon speech, I'm going to talk about like disciples and how like you can't call 365 disciples. You know what I'm saying? You could have your 12, but you know what I'm saying? And then even those 12, you're not financially responsible for them for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Like that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if any other big company, Honda, Toyota, the Wynn Casino is like, we're responsible for all these people.
Right.
No matter what,
Yeah.
no matter if we got to shut the hotel down or XYZ over the seasons come and go. Yeah. But yeah,